Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Derek Dunlap, the positive marketer. I'm going to do my best on this video. I'm going to do my best to get out of the way and to give you the message that I received today. And today is 11/24/2015 from the universal God. And depending on your level of consciousness, some of you will accept this message and some of you won't. It's okay. I'm just being obedient. Okay. Let me catch you up with how I even shared the same realm or frequency with the universal God. Our power went out. I'm in Detroit, Michigan 3 days ago, leaving me with nothing. No internet, no lights, no power. And we all know that this form-based realm that we now reside in, the matrix, is powered by power. Okay? You need power to fit into this dimension. Okay? To survive here. So I was stripped and forced to reside in a dwelling with no power by choice. Okay, I didn't have to stay here, but there was something deep inside of me. I knew that I had to go through. I didn't know at that time how long it was going to be with no power, but I got my wife together and I told her, no, honey, you go on. You go over your mom's house and, keep them, comfort. Her mom takes care of her grandfather and her grandmother, and her mom needed her help. She wanted to stay with me, but it wasn't her time. It was something that I had to do. And so I sat in this dwelling, which in the deepest part of the nights became very, very chillful, chill to the bones. No matter how many comforters or candles I lit, I could feel the chill of the darkness. And I just had to let go and return back to the void. And in that void, I was able to find peace, inner peace, as I allowed that void to dominate and eventually take over my consciousness, taking me away from the three-dimensional reality that we call Earth, or we call real here. I was stripped away from that, and I was stripped away from the form base to a dimension where no form resided. It was just my consciousness once again becoming one with what I'm using language. I'm using English. I'm trying to describe what I experienced, which I will just call the universal God, which was just pure energy of love. Everything that I needed, everything that I ever wanted, everything that I could even imagine or thought I was resided in this realm. And I just I just existed within that realm and dimension and consciousness. And I was just still there, and I just stayed, wasn't even aware of the time. No time exists, no form exists. It was just pure consciousness. I was aware of where I was, but I don't have the language, and I can't tap into, I don't even have the words to explain to you where I was or what it was. It defied all human integrity, okay, and language. After that night, I knew I would never be the same. And the lights came back on. I'm just speeding you up to where I am now, and I'm going to give you this message from the universal God. The lights came back on, and the holographic universe was back into existence. I felt that experience, that presence being stripped away from me. The longer I stayed in this three-dimensional light, the more distant I became from the universal God. The internet kicked back on, which demanded more of my consciousness to even make this video. So I could feel the gravitational pull and the demand of this 3D holographic realm that we reside in, which is form-based driven. Which, what do I mean by form? Physical. I can touch. I reside in a body. Okay, remember that consciousness I was talking about? It resides in a body now that limits me of my ability to go in and out of different dimensions. It separates me from the consciousness of the universal God, because now I rely, as I make this video, on my ego and my right and left side of my brain in this form. I hope I'm not getting too deep, but here's my message. Here's my message. I just wanted you guys to kind of feel where I've been and where I am now, and how I was even led to make a video like this. And I don't know if I'll ever be led to make another video like this, but I'm making this one. Okay. So today I went back in, deep meditation to try to get back to that realm of nothingness, where everything is just so light. There's no headache of the world. There's no addiction to form. There's no money. There's no sense of time. I just exist in pure consciousness. Oh, it's beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. It's our destiny to return there. And when I came out of that meditation, I remember this like it just happened. I was upstairs in my room and I was closing a door. I just went into a closet and I was closing the door the same way I close that particular door every single day. Okay. And when I closed that door, all time ceased and I became conscious of the present moment, which is the only true moment. Time is an illusion. And as I looked up, I witnessed a huge mirror that was over that door fall down to the ground. It was like there was no time, so I can't even tell you how long it took. It was just no sense of time, but I watched that mirror fall, huge mirror, just fall from above the door that I had just closed. And it fell down and it shattered when it hit the ground. It just shattered into billions of fragments and particles when it hit the floor. Imagine a mirror just falling to the ground. You guys know how they just shatter into billions. And at that moment, when the mirror hit the ground, the presence and the consciousness, and I'm just using English to try to explain to you what happened. My consciousness, I was now looking at this mirror or this event through the consciousness of the eternal God. Or I don't want to say eternal God, the God of the universe. Okay. And at that perfect time, in the perfect angle and the perfect lighting, everything was just perfect. When I had this vision, just perfectly aligned. Ladies and gentlemen, when I looked into the billions of particles that were lying on the floor beneath me, all scattered out. When I looked into those particles at that precise time, I heard a still but powerful, all-consuming voice. I won't even say I heard, but this sound consumed me. And when I looked into those particles, billions of them, I saw images of myself in every single particle. And there were billions of little particles all over the floor. When I looked down, I saw myself, a reflection of myself in every single particle. And at that precise moment, I was consumed by I am. I am. And I am. I am.